What's your favorite scary movie? Probably not this one, according to most of the people on this episode. It's the last episode of Scary Month. Welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We're Scared with Fiona Cox this week as we watched Scary Movie for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Yeah, Hastings is on the phone right now with his fiance, I
you
believe.
would assume.
Making excuses for why he probably hasn't done something that he needs to do.
No, seriously, baby. It was just because I was doing cocaine at 2:30 in the morning last night.
No, I haven't been smoking weed. It's just... But I think, she would know instantly.
Yeah.
Hastings has like a fucking pillow bag full of weed at his house now. It's a small pillow, but it's like astonishingly big for like someone who's like, yeah, I don't smoke that much weed.
Yeah. Just
Like-
8 bongs before lunch. Can you shut that door properly?
Fucking savage. Did you see this stuff about the Harvey Weinstein being in the comedy club the other day?
I didn't hear about it until my friend Jet told me about it last night.
Did you see the video of the woman going off at him?
No, I haven't had time to look at it yet. But apparently...
They boo her.
But did not actually watch the video.
Yeah, apparently, she doesn't really do well with it, which is crazy. Do all the people in there, not know?
They know, but, they're, it's so funny because, the bar...
They're all scared of Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
He's a very powerful man. It's kind of the whole thing.
Well, it's so because this, burly dude at the back is worried that Harvey Weinstein's going to rape him or something like that. He's like, stop rousing on him.
It's a night for actors. They're all actors.
Yeah,
Really?
so
They
they
wanna-
still
they
think
wanna work.
They
They
still
wanna-
think he
Right.
has some
Miramax-
semblance of power.
Oh, he doesn't work at Miramax anymore.
No, but
it's Harvey Weinstein.
it's interesting because I'm
Also, they're all cowards. America is such a broken fucking country. They all are brainwashed to think they're going to be stars. And
well, it is.
they
fun-
need it, and they're so.
It is funny because some woman tweeted this and then said some straight white guy came on and was just like, man, this guy fucking produced Good Will Hunting. Who else in this room has done that? And you're like, what an odd thing to bring up a movie from 1997.
It's crazy.
Also, it's like, dude, the best movie ever made.
It's like
Good Will Hunting.
It's just someone he gets off and he's stretching, being like, yeah, did you see how I fucking referenced Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? Someone whispers in his ear and he's like, oh my god, how many people? And just because
that's
and then the interesting thing was because all the woke comedians piling on, being how dare the straight white men in there not stand up for them, which is a fair point. But then there was one comedian being like, I'm brainstorming all the jokes I would have written about Harvey Weinstein if I was there, and you're like, you weren't there, cunt. Just
The Jet was saying
No,
I'm going to say she probably wasn't prepared for him to be there and didn't have any Weinstein jokes.
That is I'll use this.
Jet was saying that one of the dudes out the front was being interviewed about it or whatever, and he was saying I just didn't want to because she kind of went after him and she's a woman and everything. I didn't kind of want to step on that. I'm not a bad guy. It felt like a real
the Hastings.
I feel like that's the motto of bad guys. I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not.
I'm actually all right. She gets on over
Really
it.
say that. No, what you were saying was before about Fiona, I'm sure she wasn't expecting it because it's literally the visual of that would be so fucking shocking. Be wait, is that?
Yeah, is that
fucking that's not that different to if I was at a gig and I was like, is that Coney 2012? Is that?
And you were just I can't make fun of him. Dude, you're in that viral video. Sick.
This is the guy who got 100,000 children to be soldiers. Who has done that? Who else has done that?
Here's something. What's the most famous person you performed to? Is it Dastiari?
Sam Dastiari.
Yeah.
He loves me.
Dawn French.
The woman from
yeah.
French and Saunders?
Yeah.
What? Where?
At the
Yeah.
Harold Park
At the Harold
Hotel.
Park Hotel, she was a judge on Australia's Got Talent, and she was one of mentoring one of the comedian contestants. It was Seton K. Smith.
Oh, right.
If anyone remembers him, and he was just on that night, and her and
Yeah,
Eastgate and
she
stuff.
loved him.
Yeah. He
Did
quite
you
well.
crush in front of her?
A little bit. I got some laughs.
Did
I
she-
was looking to see if she laughed.
Did
I
she
was
say
about to say
anything?
laughs from her, more
Yeah, I got-
importantly, or just from the crowd.
The crowd enjoying it. Her at the back going, oh, God.
dear.
Dawn French. Biggest one.
Oh, Andrew, I love your stuff.
I'm the vicar of
Dibley.
which fuck. I was trying.
Star
I had
of-
some. I was reaching.
Star of Terry's Chocolate Orange.
I was a big Dawn French fan.
What about you, Rose?
Or Amy Schumer, because
Oh yeah, she was
Oh,
at the
you were
Lens.
at the was
Bamford?
Yeah. Oh, not at the store.
Oh
but the
yeah.
Lounge,
Oh,
yeah.
Maria Bamford.
Yeah,
Oh
you-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess maybe I meant non-comic.
Oh, well then in that case,
So-
Sam. Then in that case, quite a step down to Sam Dastiari, disgraced politician.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've performed in front of anyone particularly
I
famous.
have no
Sam
idea.
Dastiari, disgraced politician.
Yeah.
Oh, him I have. Yeah, yeah.
I-
Or
we
maybe
all
it
have,
is
is
that.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
yeah.
I thought I performed to like some B-grade Australian celeb. I was like, how do I know that guy? And then I, like 2 days later, just realized.
Oh, the traitor.
No, I just realized he was the boyfriend of a girl I used to work with, and I've just seen him on my Instagram feed. That's literally the extent of how famous he was.
He
I was
just
like,
got
oh.
his shirt
I was
off.
like, I think he's one of those people who just turns up in the background of Australian shows. And I'm like,
He just
no.
turns up in the background of an
just-
influencer's Instagram
Yeah,
feed.
pretty
Just
much.
hanging out at Lassiter's with his shirt off, being like, "Good day, Dr.
You know what I
Carl."
noticed last night is like the glass wall at Off Broadway in front of the Pokies thing says Lassiter's.
Oh, that's
Really?
cool.
Yeah.
Does that make me Toadfish?
No, he's like success. He turned his life around. I think.
He's
sure,
well
but
liked
that's
and
later.
respected.
That's not. He was like. That's not the original.
You're like great. You're like high school Toadfish.
No, you're like Dr. Carl.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you really are like
You're a
Dr.
fucking
Carl.
root rat.
Actually. Yeah.
Go.
more like Dr. Fuck.
God, think about Susan. God.
Fiona, this is the level of podcasting that we get up to.
Wow.
Dr. Fuck. Dr. Fuck. And
I
then
was even expecting that to rhyme. I don't know why I was
Fiona-
expecting that.
Fiona, did you know I've been doing comedy for 8 years?
Wow.
Dr. Fuck.
Excuse me, 8.5 years.
oh man,
I know.
Oh, man, this
I
is-
always round down as well. I'm like 3 years.
this is gonna make you. This is going to make you bring it up in therapy, but me and Andrew Bensley were having the biggest laugh that like next year will be 10 years of you doing comedy.
No,
and it's
nine
just
and a half.
It's just a special
Nine
called
and a
Andrew
half.
Hastings X. we're just laughing at the idea of it being a thing. So yeah, go write that down in your notes.
Oh no.
I was being disrespected behind my back about how long I've been doing comedy.
I'd love to do like a little co-headline thing with Caution for our 10-year anniversary.
I think you guys should do
Aw.
Mortal Comedy
Great.
3
When's
for your
your
10 year.
10 year?
I would kill myself.
Not next year, the one after. Yeah.
You can do a headline MC.
We're literally the same gig. So,
Oh, what gig?
it was Comedy on the Rocks.
Oh, God.
It was the last week of the competition. I won. He was the runner-up.
I don't think, Rose, I don't think Fiona knows what Comedy on the Rocks is. She did comedy, you know, for a reasonable amount of time for where she's at. Not like
I don't
us.
understand if that's a slam
Yeah, I'm
or a
not taking shit
compliment.
from
What are
Rose.
you doing?
Rose is like 6 months behind me, and it's fine. Like she's the same.
Yeah, but I'm years ahead of you.
No, that is not true.
Andrew's on his back foot again, and that's when he's at his most dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he's ready to pound.
See you at Mortal Kombat 3, cunt.
Yesterday, Powerbomb Festival finished.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think.
Big. I think it's worth being said on the podcast as well. You did so much fantastic work. It was a roaring
Thank
success. So much thanks to you. Good fucking stuff, mate.
I couldn't.
You step your game up.
My Lord, Rosemary. I will strangle you with these soft hands.
Fee did well
He's
too. Came and
uncalloused.
knocked
I
out
watched,
four
yeah, I
shows.
watched 4
And
in a
you
row.
also were a top performer at one of our Girl
Girl
Powerbomb shows.
Powerbomb. That was
Well, you need
fun.
to shit on the other women doing the show.
To be fair, everybody
Who's
did
to
have
say I
a
didn't
very
mean they
good
were all
set
top performers?
on that.
I thought
That's
you.
not what
They
the
were.
word
I
was.
really thought you were going to say. To be fair, I did. the
No,
best
I
out of all
know.
of them.
They all,
To be
everybody.
fair, those dog bitches.
No, they were a very nice crowd.
Women
Yeah,
realize
it was
what
good.
she said is closing down, so they all just turn on each
Oh,
other.
man. Well, and then through the power vacuum rises Hastings. 10 years in, despite all odds.
What Butt Baby said coming to the Chippo
Yeah.
Hotel.
Finally allowed to get paid work from Pat Doherty.
I'm a little distracted here
Wow.
because Sam is in the kitchen gluing flowers onto a bra.
Oh.
Is this Halloween?
And a doll's
There we go.
head for some reason.
Yeah. Sam's good at
What is
Halloween.
that costume?
Yeah, Sam, what is it?
It's going to be like a Barbie.
You just repeat what she said.
It's going to be like a Barbie type situation. I have a Friday and Saturday Barbie Bonanza.
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 There.
I have melted Barbie on Friday, and then on Saturday night I've got Barbie going to a fight and fuck shit up. Thanks.
I'm
Very
into it.
good.
She said thanks and then like dusted her hands
I'm
off.
liking the dedication.
Past guest.
Sam's good at Halloween.
Yeah.
Past
I'm-
guest
Well,
Andrew Bensley told me the funniest idea for his and Hannah's
Oh, they're doing a
the
couple's
couple
costume. It
costume.
better,
Yeah, yeah.
it better be good. If you're doing a couple's
But
costume, it better be good.
I don't think they were
Yeah.
going to do it, but Bensley was going to go as Princess Leia from Return of the Jedi
I remember this.
in the gold bikini, and Hannah was just going to get a full-size Jabba the Hutt costume.
Oh, wow.
The sickest
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
thing.
I
It
would
was so
love that.
funny. And then Bensley was saying, like, I think, like, when he first realized, like, he really liked her, like, one of their first dates, he went to, like, a Christmas party. No, a Halloween costume party at the place he worked. And so, like, all the girls there are, like, you know, doing the Halloween thing where they're like, I'm a naughty nurse.
Slutty
And,
Halloween,
and she
yeah.
shows up in just the most bulky banana costume and is, like, banging into doorways and has to, like, and then Bensley's just like, yeah, this girl's the one for me,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to a queen. Hannah's the best.
Oh, so
Yeah,
good.
she's-
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
What a mad cunt.
Did you? Oh no, I
Also, I did
I-
want to say to everyone, thanks for coming out and supporting live comedy.
they did it on
Yeah.
Saturday night.
They
I
did.
did, to the point I was actually worried the floor of the brewery wouldn't hold everyone.
At one point, I was downstairs. I was saying to Jamie before, it was during Snake Pit's show, and I was just getting a drink at the bar, and this like really loud bang happened, and we all looked up like,
Yeah.
this is the moment. This is when it happens.
There was a point, I can't remember in what show, where I suddenly realized that I was worried about the floor and I couldn't concentrate on anything else. I'm like, this is it. This is what's going to happen.
It is kind of alarming that the biggest press Powerbomb might get is a cave-in where
cave-in.
multiple fatalities are made.
Honestly, I
The
think
day the laughter died.
Honestly,
yeah,
I-
that's the easy headline.
I think it's what I think it's how I want to go. Just die in a horrible freak like Sydney comedy accident, and just like have an open mic named after me, and just like
Oh, imagine like the moment.
so good.
Would
moment it
we
happens,
name
just
name one after you?
Some-
Like that?
You think
Jackson
we'd
Stewart
call-
would.
We think we'd call it the Andrew Hastings Memorial Comedy Night.
Yeah, Jackson
that
Stewart
would be the
do it.
moment. It would be him on stage. And be like, imagine being up and then caves in.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, man.
The open mic is more likely to be called Butt Baby.
Yeah, totally.
Leave a man. I mean that counts, but leave a beautiful corpse, and you know.
You know what you do
Have
seem
people
like
respect
sometimes?
me.
The kind of guy that would like throw a fake funeral so you could get people to say nice things about you. in
I
a
think I've
eulogy.
fantasized that once a week since I was 7 years old.
I've
That's
had,
Wow.
grim.
ever since I heard about living
Faking my
funerals,
death
I've always
and
been
smiling.
like, yeah, that's me, baby.
Yeah.
I want to
don't-
hear all the nice things.
My ego I couldn't handle the living funeral because it would like. I feel like people wouldn't take it seriously.
No. Much
feel
like,
like I
much
would-
like your actual funeral,
Because
probably.
Yeah.
tied into the death fantasy, like the fantasy of going away and funeral there is tied into the like they'll appreciate me when I'm dead. They'll be like people will realize, you know, that I was actually right about everything, and all my wrongs will be righted once I'm dead. And so like a living funeral would prove that that's not the case, and that would bum me out. But in this fantasy, I'm dead and everything is right in the world.
The living funeral, the best moment you
Everything is right in the world when you're dead.
probably the best moment you'd get at your living funeral. None of the speeches, but at the end, I promise you, I'd organize like a bunch of dancers to lift your coffin and enact Helena by My
Please.
Chemical Romance.
Finally, something I can get behind.
That would be that I think would be more valuable than any positive words I ever said about you, because that would show that I really care,
Yeah, that is true. I appreciate it.
rather than just being like Hastings was good at comedy and just rolling my eyes. And
It's happening now. This is your own living funeral.
yeah, get in the box.
Like I am a good comedian. Like
Yeah, we know.
I don't think the listeners do. I'm actually quite
Some of them
good
come
at
and watch you
comedy.
do comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got some hot news. Mark Hoppus did a tweet.
Yeah.
He
That's
said,
it.
Who? What?
Mark Hoppus, one of the members of Blink-182.
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah.
Continue.
He said that his favorite comedian alive, because Mitch Hedberg is his favorite comedian of all time. Mark Hoppus'
Alright.
favorite living comedian, James Acaster.
Oh, that's interesting.
Acaster's the best
Damn.
in the world at the moment.
Fiona, who's your favorite member of Blink-182?
Oh, right. I think you asked who's my favorite comedian. I was
James
like,
Acaster.
wow, I actually have something in common
That was a little
Mark
misdirect
Hoppus.
I was doing. There. I wanted you to think I was going to ask that, but I actually asked the other thing that I knew you wouldn't know. The
I
answer.
don't know any of
I
them
get how
anymore. I don't know
comedy
any
works.
of their names anymore.
Mine's Daniel Kitson. He's my favorite member. Daniel Kitson's tough. I'm not doing this.
That was supposed to be a burn on me, I think, but
Sort of. Kitson
Yeah,
can
yeah.
absolutely. No, he's great.
best that ever did it.
Oh my lord, that's ridiculous to say. The best who ever did it's Andrew Hastings.
There's a lot of confused people looking at each other right now.
The audience will know too. They'll be like looking at their iPod and just being like,
It's still playing.
"Come on,
No,
did he?"
it's- Well, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. I think I can have mine. My opinion is that Andrew Hastings is the best comedian.
You're one of
Whoever
those
lived.
losers. Like, I reckon you got to be your own favourite comic. Hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
man. No, not at all. I try to look at it objectively, and I've decided that.
When you judge all the parameters.
But you if you made the criteria how many times he says "butt baby,"
emo-ness.
how how many spots at UTS he does, how much time he spends week to week with Jamie Kirk. If these are kind of the kind of qualifying factors you're using, then yeah, I'm the best comedian who's ever lived.
Interesting set of qualifying factors.
Yeah, they're very niche.
Yeah.
And none of them really have anything to do with comedy.
least of all, but
Yeah, I was about to say, Butt Baby is your joke, and you've just said it has nothing to do with comedy.
finally,
Butt Baby transcends laughter.
It's
because it doesn't get any of it.
Post-comedy.
post-comedy,
It's like
yeah.
Nanette, dude. Butt Baby and Nanette are kind of part of the same thing.
You think so?
Yeah, kind of like Monet and some other impressionist painter.
We were talking
Matisse.
about that last night. Is imagine meeting
Think he's
the
impressive.
person who was like, "Oh, I laughed so much the whole time through Nanette."
That is a
very funny.
funny show.
Best
Funny stuff. Oh, decent myself. That is a good bit. Could not stop laughing.
Shall we do it? Shall we talk about the movie?
All right, sure. Hello, welcome back to Will. No, hang on, no.
Oh
This is.
my god.
Oh, fucking, give me a break.
We're back.
Welcome to week 5, the final week of Scary Month. We'll just tell your mother we're scared, but we're edging back towards comedy.
I'm edging
because-
back towards comedy every night. I don't know what that one means, sorry.
I'm Andrew Hastings.
I knew as soon as I said edging, I was setting up for that. But
Yeah.
you're Andrew Hastings,
Comedy on the
and I'm
edging.
Andrew Hastings.
I'm Andrew Hastings for real.
But this week we are doing Scary Movie, a 2000 American parody slasher film directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans, spoofs multiple genres, including horror, slasher, mystery film genres. Several 1990s films and TV shows are also spoofed, and the script primarily follows the plot of slasher film Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. And we're joined by Fiona Cox. Hello, how you
Hi,
going?
guys. Hello.
I love that you just said spoofed for all of them.
Multiple
They
times.
said that.
But it's spoof. It's pronounced spoof.
Well,
for
what
that.
podcast are you on? huh?
Yeah.
You
Do you ever notice how sort of like pop star is kind of like a jizz of Justin Bieber's?
It's a big cum.
big old split.
Maybe I'm just trying to keep it on brand.
Yeah. Everyone here must have seen this movie when it first came out, correct?
Yes, my
Yes.
dad made me watch it.
Yeah, my dad took me to watch it when I was underage.
My father took me into the city to see it. No, I'm sorry.
No,
I don't even
God.
like that song.
I'm old. I was of age when I saw it.
Oh, there we go.
I was
You would have been close.
I was probably just under. I think I was 14.
Right.
I saw this because I went to see Me, Myself, and Irene
Great
in the
movie.
theaters, which I haven't seen in a while, so I hope it holds up. But I loved it at the
I've
time.
got it on DVD. I've got
But-
2 copies
yeah.
of it on DVD
But a little
for whatever reason.
A little trailer came up for a little movie called Scary Movie, and we thought it was hysterical. So we were like, we've got to see this movie when it comes out. So when it did, a couple of my friends asked my mum to come with us, and then sat through an incredibly uncomfortable 99 minutes where there's penises,
Yeah,
cum, but we
a penis
There's a lot
that
of
is literally through someone's head.
Yeah.
a micro penis at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Balls hanging out. There's
Yeah, there's really a lot of genitals.
yeah.
There's a lot.
So that was how I first saw it, because the trailer doesn't indicate that stuff is in the movie, because it's not. I guess it wasn't a Red Band trailer or whatever, but the trailer just made it seem like here's a silly movie making fun of scary movies. Like the big joke was like the piano coming down the stairs and hitting the grandma,
yeah,
which we
yeah.
were like very funny.
Well, there's a lot of slapstick.
Yeah. So we were like going in there being like, it's gonna be like a fun parody, and then there's a lot of penises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
like the first time I've seen a penis on the silver screen.
Probably, yeah.
Do you know what I thought was the real scary movie? Well, the scary part of this scary movie? The transphobia. No, I'm kidding. I thought that was the only good part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I thought this movie was complete dog shit. I thought this was terrible. I thought this was such a... And I, like, here's the thing. I went in expecting it to be fun. I was like, oh man, I had a good time. When I was 11 years old or whatever, my dad showed, I laughed a lot. I thought it was great. I was watching this movie and like, even forgetting like the problematic stuff or whatever, there's like the jokes aren't jokes. Like,
They're
it's
not good.
Like it's not funny. Like it's not a funny.
There were more
movie.
fart jokes in it than I expected as well. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, really?
A fart joke is the first thing in the movie.
Is it?
Yeah, because she picks up the phone and Carmen Electra does
Oh,
a big fart.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's right.
Which is very funny. I think. Sorry, I farted.
Is Carmen Electra her birth name?
No.
It was Electra's a superhero.
Yeah, it was the name she made when she started doing Playboy, I believe. Fiona, when did you first see this movie?
I saw it. I did see it at the movies. I don't remember what I thought of it at the time. I think I saw it at a movie marathon,
Yeah.
which probably explains why I don't really remember much of it.
Those things make you delirious.
Yeah.
They show like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then this or something.
No, I think it was a weird mix
Not another
of
teen movie,
some.
scary movie, and The Exorcist.
No, I was. Oh god,
I saw one once. It was the only way I could see the Tenacious D movie early. 'Cause
The
it
Pick
came-
of Destiny?
It came out super late in Australia, and I was 12 and loved Tenacious D when I was of that age. And I saw it was so wild. It was Blood Diamond, 300, and Pick of Destiny.
That is really odd.
So odd. And I went in there being like, Pick of Destiny, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. 300, 12 years, I was maybe 13 or whatever. I was like, this is the coolest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen. Like, it was so sick. But yes, that was my triple feature experience.
So now that you've rewatched Fiona, what did you think of it this time around?
not good.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best.
I enjoy it.
I think you would have been more confused had you not seen the actual scary movies that feature in it. That would have been really confusing for anyone.
Well, we just did 2 of them.
Scream and I Know You What You Did Last Summer are probably
Yeah.
like the driving
Yes.
parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And
some of
then-
those parts were parodied quite well. Like Ryan Felipe's character being like way too aggressive. They just turned that guy into a psycho who
That
like
was one of the better
punched-
parts.
That was one of the only parts I thought funny, but
There's
the
also
first
a-
time I saw it, I just thought it was funny because he was beating up someone for no reason.
There's like a
Yeah.
20, there's
It's
a
like
20-second
quite a good
scene of
parody
him
of that.
beating up a woman.
Yeah,
Beating up a
yeah.
woman,
Pretty
yeah.
full on.
But like now I've seen I Know What You Did Last Summer, I know that him just beating
Yeah.
up a woman is actually satire.
Yeah, well,
And
I did think that like that character did kind of work for me. I thought
yeah, I thought it was funny.
the Wayne's
Also,
brother
the,
who's
like,
in it.
where
is-
are you? Like screaming, spinning around. Like that was a weird part of I Know What You Did Last
yeah,
Summer.
sure.
The Wayne's brother is like if I were
Sean
a black
Wayans.
man, I wouldn't be able to shake his hand. Like it's like such like the stuff he was doing was so racist. Like
Oh, you reckon?
It was written
Yeah.
by
Yeah,
his brother.
I didn't.
No, no, I know,
I didn't
I know.
realize they had so much to do with it. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, hang on a second, I need to Google. Did they write
they
this?
did, yeah.
And then one of them directed it. I'm like, wow. okay.
I've seen Keenan
Okay.
Ivory Wayans do stand up at Mike in Hand.
yeah.
How was it?
What?
Not great. It was pretty sexist.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
Obviously, like minorities can like joke about like their own stuff. Like obviously, I'm not an idiot, but like there's like some like there is you do have some level of like responsibility, particularly when like your whole character is like I'm lazy and I smoke weed, and that's my entire character is I'm a black guy who's lazy and smoke. Like he'd like it's pretty fucked that script. Like even if it was written by a black guy, it's still like a lot of like internalized like.
I thought Amistad 2 was kind of funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is Keenan Ivory Wayans, the guy
Yeah.
getting whipped.
Yes.
I like it. A lot of it doesn't hold up, but I think a lot of the gay jokes aren't as bad as things from that era would be.
There's
Because it's just like oh, you're in the closet. Like that's basically what the joke is.
trans thing is like
The trans thing is bad.
so
that's
offensive,
that's
dude.
that's
That
very
was-
bad, Mr. Man.
Mr. Man. Yeah,
And
that was
the
very
fact
bad.
that like the trans person deliberately accepted a job as a PE teacher solely to be a sex predator on
the
teenage
subtext
girls.
is that he's a sex predator.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, she's. Well,
and
I don't
then
know if
hits
they're
on
trans or
her
if they're
when she
posing.
goes
Yeah.
into the. Yeah.
And then
it's played by a woman.
yeah. And then to
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
and
maybe
then
they
to
are
cap it
trans
off, the balls come out.
Yeah.
Just when they're like
I'd forgotten that. I'm like,
Which
how did I forget
it's
that?
actually a
That's
very inaccurate depiction of the trans experience because your balls fucking shrink.
yeah, these seemed quite
The
large
days of
fellas.
sagging
Yeah.
are no more.
Yeah.
But
time
I
I
don't know.
walked
I
in-
found a lot of those like in the closet jokes quite funny. Just like describing that girl or whatever, and they'd be like, "Yeah, she was hot." What? No, I was talking about Steve. Like,
Yeah.
Go.
One time I walked into a room and a group of women were making fun of the size of my balls.
What?
Yeah.
Mm.
What?
It was my lounge room,
Okay.
and there were 4 women.
My mum, my sister. Like, what?
There were 4 women I'd slept with. I came home from like.
So your mom, your sister.
Yeah, sorry. Fuck my sister.
Finally,
And
we've
your
got it on
mum.
record.
No, it was like 4 different women that I'd slept with at different stages. I came home. They were all hanging out in my lounge room.
Like having a
Your harem.
having like a meeting.
Well, it was
Were they all friends before, or do they have a Facebook group afterwards?
Yeah.
some met through
A
me,
help
and
group.
some were independently friends. But they were all having a hang. Like
Oh,
they were
dear.
all friends by this stage.
Right.
And I came home, and they were like, and 2 of them
Called
were
the
like,
I Have Regrets.
Yeah.
2 of
yeah.
them were like, I've never noticed his balls, and the other 2 were like, they're very small. And in the same conversation, they argued in front of me about whether or not I had the right amount of foreskin. So this is the life I lead, guys.
It's really good that they were just playing up to all your insecurities.
Yeah.
Did that get mentioned at therapy the next week?
I don't think I was doing therapy at that
Too
stage.
much or too little foreskin? What's...
Yeah.
Too
what's-
much is the
No,
allegation.
Jesus.
Too much foreskin is the allegation. What was funny is the main person going, he has too much foreskin. It's weird. Is I am getting married to her in 6 days. So
Oh, my
it's,
God.
you know.
There's a big penis.
Sam has just presented us with a clay dick. That
With a
she made.
foreskin.
It's got foreskin.
But it's also got
arguably too much foreskin, and it's got some scratches there for the
Oh,
hairy
no.
balls.
That's too big, I think.
It's too big. But
No, that seems about right.
It's huge.
foreskin,
It's a girthy boy.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a bit thick.
proportionally, I have probably about that amount of foreskin. That's probably about right.
This is weird looking. Man.
I-
Yeah. So scary movies bad.
Well, no, okay, so
yeah.
we do have to
How
take
did
a
we
photo
get here?
with that for the
Yeah,
this
probably.
episode, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Like, we've watched so much worse shit for this podcast.
yeah, but a lot of better
Man.
shit too.
Yeah, this was pretty bad, dude.
This would be like
Fucking dragged
like
as well.
I fucking
Yeah, I did.
I really liked this movie when it came out, and
Oh, of course.
yeah, yeah.
I loved it.
did not like it this time. You know what? The negative runoff that it's had, it's made me very worried for rewatching Not Another Teen movie.
Yeah, that might be terrible.
Because
Nah,
because
it's
well,
so good.
when I watched it, I was like, yeah, it was funny in parts, but maybe a little too gross. I think I'm gonna go all the way. Either I'm gonna turn around and be like, yep, that was much better than Scary Movie, or I'm gonna be like, oh my god, that might be the worst thing I've ever watched for this.
Not Another
podcast.
Teen movie is really silly. It's like, it's fun. There's
Yeah,
not as much
I-
gross out stuff.
yeah,
Except
I-
for the shit part, but...
Yeah, I am quite worried about it now, though.
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ever saw Not Another Teen movie.
Oh, it's the
I remember
best.
it being out, but I don't know if I saw
I
it.
wouldn't have seen it when it came out. I would have seen
I saw it
on-
at the movies when it came
I
out.
remember there being a lot of titties in it.
There are
There are a lot of titties in it.
Oh,
Who's in it?
titties.
Chris Evans.
Captain America.
Of course he is.
No one really of note. Lacey Shaber is
Yeah.
in there playing
Shayla Lee.
that character. What's his name? Eric something. Plays the blonde guy who.
Oh, Eric
talks
Olsen.
like this, yeah.
Eric Christian Olsen. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's
Molly Ringwald makes a brief cameo at the end.
Oh, wow.
yeah, and the guy and the principal from the Breakfast Club, isn't it?
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
plays the same role.
Yeah, he plays the exact same guy. Yeah, I am now not looking forward to watching Not Another Teen movie based on my experience with this movie.
You should. It's
Wow,
great.
so were you crushed watching...
Not crushed because I feel like I going in I was like, oh, this is going to have aged quite poorly and like kind of move past what I find funny, but I was just surprised to see how much of it, like even like some of the stuff that was not like offensive, like, I was just like, ugh, another failed joke, because like they do go for the kind of like airplane crossed with Wayans Brothers approach where they're just constantly doing jokes and
Yeah.
it's way more misses than hits.
Yeah. I liked the idea of like the reason he was killing him at the end was because they cancelled the Wayans Brothers.
With the case of the
TV
one,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's quite funny, I think.
There's like I'm not gonna say it doesn't have its moments, like, but there are like a few of the moments as well are just like too cute references where you're just like, oh look, it's James Van Der Beek saying wrong set, like it's a breaking the
Yeah.
fourth wall moment, or, like, yeah, even I don't know, it's definitely a Wayans Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Fourth wall is what I call social taboos.
Okay.
Is that anything, Jamie?
No.
That wasn't
No.
anything?
See,
That was nothing.
Fiona just looks
0 points.
Yeah.
like a Wayne's thing, is a lot of attempts but misses.
Yeah. Fiona doesn't really hang out with you much, so she looks deeply confused every time you open your mouth.
I already forgot what the joke I made was.
That's the
Something
weed.
about the fourth wall.
Yeah, I was expecting that to be way grosser, to be honest.
Oh yeah, well because the hymen's the obvious one. The idea was I was expecting you to expect hymen.
Yeah.
What do
So
you
I was going fourth wall. What would I break? Social
What do you think of
taboos.
the ending of Doofy being
I
the
wasn't
killer
thinking
and,
that
like,
at all.
usual suspectsing it on the way out?
Yeah, I
Fiona doesn't
mean,
get my comedy.
it's
I mean, the character of Doofy doesn't age well.
the character.
No, oh my god.
Doesn't like very early in the movie she calls him like a retarded retard or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, Doofy.
Well, the irony of that is calling someone a retarded retard is tautologist, which is in and of itself pretty. No, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say that.
I'm a
I said it
tautologist.
earlier in the sentence, but for some reason I'm not
Yeah.
saying it this time.
But yeah, Doofy is probably one of the things that has been, and just implying that he fucks his vacuum cleaner all the
Yeah.
time. That's probably one of the better things they do with him.
Hey, is speaking of racism and words I'm not allowed to say, like retarded.
Oh god.
Like specifically retarded. Lately, I've been calling people who smoke a lot of weed like bongoloids. Is that offensive?
Probably.
Yes.
It seems like it might be.
I never said that.
Yeah.
That's a funny bit I just made up for the pod. What about if you have a cone and you call it a Bongolian lamb? That's better, I think.
Well, that's not ableist,
No.
really. That's more cultural appropriation. But like, yeah, Bongolian lamb, I think is fine.
Bongolian
If you are
Because
having
you
a
call
bon-
it-
if you say I'm going to Mongolia, that would
Yeah.
be fine. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm having a dish of Bongolian lamb's kind of cute, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
What
I
about
don't
if
mind
you're
that. I
swearing-
don't like the first one necessarily.
that
What if
one's
I was just
not
like, man, I
good.
want to get so fucking bongoloided?
Yeah,
No,
that's no good. I
You
think that's
can't.
returning to the first
Yeah,
one.
you can't do that.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord, I'm not allowed to say anything these days.
I think you should check with us before you talk in future.
Maybe take this pen and write down what
Yeah.
you're about to say. Show it to us,
Yeah.
and then we all shake our heads. Just say something
We'll
about
check in
fuck.
once a week. What have you said this week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, okay. Is
Who
this-
do you
hold on, let
need
me
to
just write down
apologise to?
Sorry, just Jamie. Is this
No,
right?
you're not
And-
writing that. Yeah, playing the bongos.
Yeah, playing the bongos.
Yeah, that's probably one. I mean, you can do a lot more with that than what you did.
Yeah.
Um,
Blanche Dubois is my best name.
let's
Join
talk
the
about
pod.
What's Up.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
that was a thing.
I love
Yeah.
it. I think it's so dumb and funny to
I
put that
thought-
in the movie.
I thought it went for much longer than it did, and I think it could have been better if it went for much longer.
No, because I think the ad
The ad's
went
longer.
for longer.
Yeah.
So it was a Budweiser ad.
I
that
think-
went for way longer.
I think this is how we got What's Up, because we didn't get the Bud ads.
I had
over
no
here.
idea
yeah,
what it was.
that's how
until-
we got it. Yeah.
Because then there was this, and then there was that song.
Yeah.
Where they like took the Was Up thing out of it. It was like one of those like crazy frog things where like a
Oh,
novelty song
yeah.
was quite big.
Definitely a thing where I thought
Gosh,
that
we-
was hysterical at the time, and now I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, they're doing What's Up. Yeah, cool.
It kind of made me want to call someone though and just be like, "What's Up?" to see if it would hit.
I
No,
thought-
if
I
you
thought
called
the-
me, I would have not enjoyed it. I would have been like,
That's why I should have done it.
yeah.
The funniest part of the movie for me was when the scream face is stoned.
Oh, yeah,
That was I laughed at that bit, and that was the only time I laughed in the whole movie.
What I find funny is when they decide to smoke a bong through the aquarium, and then you go to your house and look at the aquarium and think, "You got ideas."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually no water in that aquarium anymore. So
Are there any fish left in
Yeah,
it?
wow.
they died.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
They lived like
Oh,
three-
someone called Tom Walker immediately.
They yeah. It's hilarious that my pets that I love died. No,
Well, you didn't love them enough to keep them alive.
They
Yeah.
lived for 3 years.
You
goldfish.
drain the tank
That's
of
pretty
water
good
and just-
for
three
fish.
years goldfish. Like I took
That's
care of
very
fish.
good
But what
for
about the other
goldfish.
big ones?
What other big ones?
Weren't there other types of fish that were
We were going to
goldfish?
get them. We ended up not getting them.
I swear they were in there.
We were going
I
to
don't
get
know.
clown. We set up the tank for the clownfish. Didn't end up doing it because we got cats instead.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
This has also made me worried. Does anyone like the movie or like have fond memories of the movie Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo?
Yeah.
Yes, and Juice Bigelow, European Gigolo, the best movie of all time.
See, I think your Deuce Bigelow European Gigolo thing might be that the Deuce Bigelow version of the American Pie direct-to-DVD movies hold up just as well as the regular movies.
It's funny.
I-
Yes, again, there's a lot of maybe homophobia that no gay panic stuff that doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
but it's just like it's not good. but it makes me laugh because it's really dumb.
Again, I didn't see it, and I think it's because I hated the main guy.
Yeah, I'm
Rob
not. I
Schneider.
was never
Yeah,
a huge
I'm not a Rob
fan.
Schneider fan.
What about Eddie Griffin?
I love Undercover Brother. Well, I loved it at the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know,
should It's going to be a gay panic joke, isn't it?
do you know Gay Panic?
Yeah.
It's what I call it. It's what I get when a man's not sucking my dick.
So you're panicked that you're not gay enough
I'm
at
like,
any moment in time.
I'm gay and I'm not being gay right now.
That's a very weird one. Maybe one of your more cerebral bits, which says a lot.
Yeah, I'm in a weird mood today. I'm being weird on the pod today. Sorry, boys.
Yeah.
Boy, two girls.
Yeah.
The only other boy is right across from me.
Dear, oh dear.
All right, well, I'm not on fire today. Someone else.
It does speak to the quality of the movie that the mask being stoned is a funny part of the
It
movie.
would-
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
What about? There's like some titties in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty lit.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh God.
Whose tits are in it? Hang on, the start, but
you get to see the man's boobs when Anna
Oh,
Faris
yeah,
is
that's
like a
right,
woman.
yeah.
Can Anna Faris act? I don't think she can.
Yeah,
act.
no, Anna
I
Faris.
was trying to work that out.
No,
I
Anna-
actually didn't even remember
I
it was
can't-
her in it. I was like, oh, it's
I
a
can't
very
think of
young,
a
very
movie
brunette Anna Faris.
Where she acts.
Anna Faris.
I think
fucking
she
rules.
just talks like this.
I play a kind of dumb person. I
Oh,
don't really know what's
no.
going on.
If you want proof that she could act, watch Observe and Report.
Oh, okay.
She's so.
I've heard
I
funny.
was going to
Good.
say that Lost in Translation, that was when everybody was like, what?
yeah.
Anna
Is she
Faris?
Lost in translation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That
Um,
makes great.
no idea.
yeah.
I've never seen it.
Anna Faris is great, I think. Seems like really charming in real life as well. It is kind of weird to watch because I think this was her first movie, to watch her be
definitely
that
the
kind
first
of
thing I saw
person.
her in.
Yeah, yeah. But she's like, she does kind of the Anna Faris thing.
I do
to the
like her. I don't know
extreme
why.
negative in Observe and Report, where she just plays like the worst trash in the world.
All right.
Right.
I got an idea for a game. Speaking of stuff like that, like movies and shit.
Yeah.
All right.
You are really not like the synapses are not firing.
Hey, at least I'm pitching. You know, like, at least I'm out here doing stuff. You miss every shot you don't take.
You
It's so easy. It's so easy to. It's
You
so-
mean you miss every shot?
I was about to say,
Yeah.
you're missing a lot of the
It's
ones
so-
you're actually taking.
It's so easy to not get laughs if you never try to get laughs.
It explains so much about Hastings if he misheard the quote and he was like, "You miss every shot you take, right?" Like that's comedy. You're just like, no, that's the wrong thing. And he's like, "I don't follow. I don't understand."
Okay.
It's a game.
How's this for a game?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, and we can figure out how we can do clues or whatever.
Yeah.
But you guys have got to figure out what movie I put on at 3 a.m. last night.
Oh,
What did I
okay.
at 3
So
a.m.
half an hour after having taken cocaine,
Well, I picked up the cocaine at 2:30, so 5 minutes after taking cocaine.
Fight Club.
No, but okay, so like it's there's a million movies. Let's not just not list movies.
Yeah, so it's got to be a guessing like
Okay,
hint.
social
I'll do yes
network.
or no questions. Let's do that.
Okay, so
Is
we're
it porn?
It was not porn.
so it's I do like how you're
I wouldn't bring it up. It was not.
Yes, you would.
But I wouldn't bring it up as guys. Guess what I did at 3 a.m. last night?
I also like how you
Funny answer. Like, it's
You
not-
have 100% been like, guys, guess what I did last night? Took speed and jerked off for 4 hours
It's not
on the
okay,
pod.
I'll start off by telling you it's not a movie that you would expect me
Okay.
to at first think.
Can I quickly
Like
say
you at all, or you at 3 in the morning?
Steel
On cocaine?
Magnolias.
That's a good guess.
Closer.
Beaches.
no, stop listening.
Yeah,
to
it's
us.
what I was
All
about
right.
to say is that it is so funny that you took like 3 minutes to describe this entirely new game, and it is 20 questions.
Jamie.
Okay, is
Are
it?
you a celebrity?
Okay, let's go first with. Let me get in the mind of Andrew Hastings.
yeah,
Is it a sci-fi movie?
it is not a sci-fi movie.
Okay, Rose, your question.
Is it a sports drama?
It is not a sports drama, Fiona.
Is it a wedding one?
Yes.
You're getting married, yeah.
There is a wedding in it, and it is.
You're drawing short, but you're like, I'm getting married. I should watch a movie. What? Like,
How does this work?
yeah.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Yeah, Fiona gets how my mind works. Like, what is immediately what I'm thinking of, and what is immediately around me?
Taking cocaine to research.
It's very much about a wedding.
Okay. Was it released in the 2000 between 2000 and 2010?
I think it came out post 2010,
Okay.
early 2010s. I would say. I would guess.
English or American?
It is American, but there are plenty of English actors in it. So I actually don't know who produced it. It's a mixed cast, English and American.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. That is interesting. This is a good game.
Yeah, we've all played 20 questions.
Yeah,
before.
that board game sold well.
All right, cool. So what would you do if you were here, like in real life now? Like, no, yeah, go on.
Was Fiona's turn? I asked the
Fiona,
question.
please. We're playing 20 questions.
Is it male or female led?
It is female led, but there are male leads in it. The primary lead is a woman. In fact, even the two primary leads, I would say.
So we've said it's a wedding movie. Does it?
It's not a wedding movie necessarily, but it's very much involved.
Well, my question is it a romantic comedy?
Close, but no. But you're on the right track.
Well, is it a comedy?
Sort of.
So a dramedy?
Yeah, there's a key word you're missing here that is a key component of this.
Okay,
Sports.
that's interesting.
It's not sports.
Sports comedy.
Porn?
It's sometimes this category.
Documentary.
Sometimes it even gets linked in with comedy. This
thriller?
genre.
Horror.
No.
Horror
My
comedy.
Lord, people. It's a musical.
Oh,
Oh, La La
I
Land.
did not watch La La Land. You go.
I've got a guess.
Yeah.
What's the ABBA one?
Yeah, that's my guess.
Mamma Mia.
It was Mamma Mia. It was,
Wow.
At 3 a.m. last night, I was like, guys, we're watching Mamma Mia.
And
was,
he said, guys, we're watching Mamma Mia to an empty apartment and just cocaine.
yeah. And also...
Was it Mamma Mia or did you just put a different one on and in your head it was Mamma Mia?
No, I very distinctly remember crying to Winner Takes It All.
Oh, she does that song so well.
So good,
That's
right?
some of the
Meryl
best.
Streep is
That's
such
some
a
of the best acting
fucking good
ever. I'm like,
actress,
how are you
It's
acting
so
this
like
song
evocative.
well?
She's singing it. She's
Better
acting
than the original song,
crazy.
and I
Yeah,
don't
that
like
movie-
saying that about.
That movie rules.
songs.
Pierce Brosnan can't sing though.
Yeah, but
All
that's
right.
funny.
All right, now someone else make some content.
Okay, do you want to guess what movie Let's really make the people angry by just being like, do you want to guess what movie I saw most
That's a fun
recently?
game. Guessing what, doing cocaine, watching Mamma Mia. That's a funny story.
Yeah.
Look, I can't do Andrew Hastings stuff every day. All right. Like,
Yes, but you do.
That is
That is-
Andrew
That's what I'm
Hastings
Yeah.
saying.
stuff.
Like, I got one thing I did this week. I got one funny Andrew Hastings story.
And is Fiona right? You watched it because you were like, I'm getting married. This is what should happen.
Not consciously, but now that she said that, that does make sense to me.
Okay.
Would you like me and Jamie to break out into song?
Yeah,
at
I
your
was going to
wedding?
say, are you going to be like, so Jamie, I've heard like the first man has to do like a version of like...
Dancing Queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna have to
Sing
guess?
Well, I dance by myself, and I'm like, I am the
Are you
dancing
gonna have to
queen.
guess who your dad is? That's a part of the movie as well.
I'll be there, single old me, watching you get married, doing the winner takes it all.
Man, hell yeah. That's what I want.
So was that the first time you've seen Mamma Mia?
It was.
I've never seen it,
I've never seen it
and I'm
either.
quite a fan of the works of ABBA.
It's trash, but it's great.
Yeah.
I actually saw the musical and I saw the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've done the double.
Have you seen the sequel as well?
No, because
Isn't it the same
they,
story?
No, they
No,
they
it's the
kill
mum.
off. They kill off.
Oh my lord.
Meryl Streep is not alive in
Oh
it.
my lord, not Meryl.
Oh, yeah, I know.
The Streep
She kind of
monster.
makes the whole movie.
Yeah.
But she's still in it, right? Like,
I don't know. They do flashbacks, but I think it's younger her.
oh, so it's not Meryl. Unless they use that de-aging technology on her.
Which,
Yeah.
like, when I see that in a movie, I'm like, some contractual disagreements. They had to rewrite.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And then Amanda
I love
Seyfried was like, damn it, I've already signed on.
Yeah. I do love when, like, in a sequel, there's like one person from the original cast, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
things weren't going well
Yeah.
for you, were they?
Wow.
Yeah. Eugene Levy must need the money.
Yeah.
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 How many people from this scary movie are in the second one? Is it
few.
just-
Oh, I
Shaun
watched the
Wayne's?
second one today because I didn't know how deep we were going. And
Oh,
then,
no, just one.
And then I was really worried. I was like, crap, there's 5 of these. If I watch 2, I should be able to get away with whatever the
Imagine
chat's
if we
about.
made our guest watch 5 movies before
That'd
coming
be
on to do one
sick.
episode.
Ken likes
3
to
of
watch
them are in
6 Star Wars
it,
movies
I
for their
think.
Really?
Anna
3.
Faris is in the
Yeah,
second one.
Is she?
Brenda is in it.
Yeah, and so is one of
And
the Wayans
one of the
brothers.
Wayans brothers, Shorty.
Oh, right. So Shaun Wayne's isn't.
I think isn't a gay black dude in it as well?
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
actually, there's
the-
4. So
Yeah.
there's 2
So
Wayans
Marlon and
brothers.
Shaun
Yeah.
Wayans.
Which I was like, didn't most of you die in the first? I'm confused.
Yeah, they did.
I
They
mean,
all-
I know
I think they all
they
did.
were suspending reality.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Scary Movie 2. Now
It's
settle
not
this.
good. That is even worse.
Well, now
I
settle-
didn't
I
see that
remember-
one originally.
I saw that at the time and remembered
It's
it being really bad.
Awful because I was
David
like,
Cross sucking himself off. Right?
yes,
They did
yes.
another commercial parody in that one. It was the like Nike basketball one.
Yes, I remember
Which
that.
I remember
Oh,
Because
yeah.
the guy in
The
the
only good
wheelchair
bit.
is like.
Well,
good
I
at
didn't
it.
even know what that was a parody of. I was
Yeah.
like, Space Jam, what's happening?
Maybe
here?
we
I don't
should
know.
know.
It was like
I'm
an
so
old Nike ad.
confused.
Maybe we should get into commercial parody.
Yeah. Well, settle a debate
My
for.
whole life is a commercial parody. I work in advertising.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's interesting. What's your so Fiona, you work in advertising?
Yeah.
What's your favorite ad ever made?
Oh wow.
Is and why is it the rains are here?
And
Why-
keep in
I
mind that we've got a lot of
have-
empty bottles of Carlton Draft on the table.
I have no idea. Most of them.
Delicious crisp.
There's a
Come
really
try.
good. Most of them are actually Americans when they do funny ads are actually quite funny.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah,
and
so,
shit.
yeah. There's a couple of weird Altoids ads that are really good.
Sick.
Like
Altoids.
yeah, so they did
That's like a mint,
there was
right?
there was this ad for chocolate dipped Altoids, which is
Yeah.
really weird because it's like
Yeah, that sounds horrifying.
weird mint. Yeah, and so they basically went with that it was just really weird, and so they put it into scenarios of people having things weird with them, like this guy, this woman's waiting at it must have been doctor's surgery or
Yeah.
something, and the receptionist is on the desk, and he's got a blowhole, like a whale's blowhole, on the back of his head. So every 5 seconds, it's like
That's funny.
out the back, and this girl is just staring at him. And then he's like, "Can I help you?" And she's like, are those chocolate dipped Altoids?
that's
yeah,
right.
so like,
Yeah.
and
My-
they're just super weird things like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back to the
But yeah,
Grand
sorry,
Transfer.
I know.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
I had more.
I still
I had more.
apologize.
I want to talk about ads some more. If you were going to parody a classic Australian ad, Jamie,
5 Cougars, thanks.
Five
Yeah,
Cougars.
Five
thanks.
Cougars. We did
Five
parody
Cougars.
that. It never ended up.
Yeah, I
being-
assume you study that at advertising school.
No, I don't think
it never
so.
ended up being showed anywhere, but they tasked a few of my friends to like make this kind of like yearbook video for our school. So we basically just wrote sketches, and one of them was like someone standing in the line of the canteen, like thinking like 2 packets of chips, 2 little pizzas, and a bottle of Coke, and then getting up and the old canteen lady be like, "What'll it be, Dale? 5 Cougars, thanks."
It's funny.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
I'd do the corn one where it's like, "Ma, the rains are here." Instead the
Oh,
corn.
I loved that.
I'd do that, but instead of corn, it's cum.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, of course you
Cocaine
would.
It's
Super
like a
juicy
teenage
cum.
boy jacking off out his window.
You filmed this, haven't you? Yourself?
And it lands
Yeah, we
on the
actually
window.
we did
Yeah,
an
on the-
entire
on the-
episode about when he filmed it and sent it to Tom Orr.
on the tin roof, and it's like, and then he's like, "Oh man, the rains are here," and then the end of the sketch, like the big punchline,
But what's the ad for?
it's a parody.
Yeah, but you've got an ad parody usually has some.
No, it's not
Or
an
in the
ad that is a
context of these
parody.
scary
This is a
movies, they're
comedy
not.
parody of an ad.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying, come, and then the guy goes, "Oh, Ma, the rain is here." Then he does the thing where he gets up and runs off, and as he's doing it, the cum gets in his face.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
not actually would fit in a scary movie type
Yeah.
of
That,
movie.
like,
I
has
would-
an
I'd-
A,
I'd
B,
do
and C.
the,
That's a sketch. Like,
I would do the AFL commercial where it was like American people who were like
I just had an idea for one.
being like huge guys wearing no pads jumping on top of each
Oh,
other.
wow, I
I'd like
remember
to
that
see
one.
that, but obviously it'd make it very explicitly sexual.
I want to do. If we stay on your tack, I just wanted to. So establishing shot. There's a big fucking truck. It's 2 tradies. They're just eating a bowl full of cum.
Yeah.
Watching someone have like degustation at another restaurant. They're just shoveling cum into their mouths, and they're just like, do these guys know what they're missing out on? And the guy,
Oh, wow. The 420
the
ad.
guy gets a big spoonful of cum in his mouth, and he goes, "Wouldn't have a clue by the looks of them." Cum,
That's
the
it.
great Australian bite.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Fee, do you have anything to contribute?
Oh, I
to this?
don't.
Me and
I don't
Hastings
think
are out
so.
here fucking leading comedy.
Yeah.
Putting
What
numbers
about-
on the board.
What about like a big?
God.
I want to see the box score. like Hastings 4 points. Technically top scorer, percentage 1. My stats are terrible. But yeah, no. What was I saying? No, what you do, it's like the VB one where it's like you can get it lifting, you can get it
Oh,
mowing
God.
your yard.
You can get it
yeah.
any old how. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, I got
As
it
a
now.
matter of fact, I got it now. It's just like keeps coming
Oh,
out.
God.
Yeah, instead of the beer cracking. And
I'm
it's like
trying to
dun, 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 and you get the song. That's all funny.
Yeah,
Dun,
yeah.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, it's just
Dun,
how to make
dun.
content.
Yeah, right. So you get to do that. Do you remember the ad where it's like
Oh, no.
the tongue on its own and it
Oh, the
pushed
worst
me,
ad of all
and
time.
then just touched
I
me,
know who
and he
made
leaps
that. He's
at
actually,
me.
Really?
yeah, he's he's actually favorite boss I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
He's
That
a
ad was
great
like
guy.
super successful.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
And what was
But
it
wasn't
for?
successful
It was for a
'cause everyone-
drink.
It was
Two
for
is extra dry.
Ted's.
Yeah.
That was the ad that started the really good beer ads because everyone was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, because that became like a
shit.
thing, right? Like,
yeah,
like a
everyone
big
was like,
budget.
crap, now I've got to do a big beer ad and it's
Surely
gonna
the
be good.
big ad came
And then
before
that's, no, that came after it
Really?
as a parody to everybody doing these big.
that. Oh,
Beer
right.
ad.
Yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
remember. Also, like, you wouldn't invest that amount of money into a big budget beer ad unless you know that big budget cool beer ads.
Yeah.
Work,
Yeah.
right?
Existed,
Like,
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So then the
and,
tongue makes it-
and the marketing
Well,
department
I
wouldn't
thought there
let
would
them
have
either.
been successful beer ones before that.
I'm sure there
Well,
were,
but
probably
There
not with
were,
that
but
Like, that
budget.
was like a very original, creative, like,
Yeah.
cool, high
Most,
concept.
yeah,
Like,
most of them didn't have.
Like
concepts
Tui's Extra
behind
Dry
them.
ones were the only beer ads I didn't like.
So the tongue dives into a bath of cum at the end. That's
Yeah.
it.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, we did. Sorry.
Fee, get on the phone.
Can I have a job?
yeah,
he's like,
jobs
he's
now,
got,
right? We're
he's got a lot of ideas.
I do have the original guy's phone number. I was like,
got a lot of
do you
ideas.
mind if we do this to you?
You might have to move them off the idea of semen. I will not budge on that.
This is the Goodwill Hunting scene with the writing on the
It's
So
just
we've got
cum.
these two sheets.
It's just cum on a blackboard
I was
that
gonna
we've
say it's
rubbed
a
in.
giant dick. And
You know that? Remember that famous AIDS ad from the 80s where it's the Grim Reaper bowling?
No.
Yeah.
It's a really famous ad. It was,
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
like HIV
yes.
awareness ad to be like, hey guys, don't get AIDS, essentially.
Mm.
And it was the Grim Reaper like bowling people down, but the pins were people. Very dark, scary.
yeah, it was really dark.
It's got people nightmares, whatever. It's that, but it's instead of throwing a bowling pin, he's
Throwing
cunts.
cum.
Oh God.
God.
Not a bowling pin, sorry, a bowling ball. A bowling ball, Jack.
I feel like
Rose
this
is
is
warily
I feel like this
monitoring
is-
the time.
how they came up with most of the jokes in Scary Movie. There are lots of cum jokes.
Yeah, we could be
Yeah.
the Wayans brother.
Yeah.
I could be
I
a...
don't know whether
You like to
that's
think you could.
a good thing.
Okay. Yeah, they're not.
What did the Wayans brothers do before this? Were they?
They had a
in-
TV show.
They were in Living Color, right?
I think
I know
so.
Damon
Was White
Wayans
Chicks
was.
before or after? After, yeah,
They
it was
also,
too.
They
That was
had
after.
the Wayans Brothers show. They referenced it in the movie.
Oh, yeah,
of
course.
That wall breaking. They shouldn't have cancelled the Wayans.
I don't.
Brothers
Yeah,
show.
I don't know if these two would have been.
Well,
in,
Damon
in
Wayans
Living
is
Colour.
the biggest
Damon,
Wayans, right?
Yeah.
I don't
or
know which one's which.
Do you know who's probably going to end up being the biggest Wayans? Is Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Damon Wayans is a pretty big Wayans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he was in Living Color. I guess some people like Major Pain or whatever. And
love
then he
Major
did
Pain.
like My Wife and Kids.
My
for
Wife and
years.
Kids was
Oh, my
pretty
Kids
successful
was
for a
pretty-
while.
It was pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have a wife in 6 days. It's weird.
And
That is
kids.
weird.
I've had to for my new job. I had to fill in like.
I'm going to have one in 5. Everyone, ladies, get on the phone.
I was doing my like employment form for my new job, and because my start date is after the wedding. On my emergency contact, I had like relationship, like I had the what's their relation. And obviously, Yvette's my emergency contact, and I had wife in a form for the first
Emergency contact as a single person is really hard to fill out. You just have to.
time. I remember. I remember. Yeah.
I
It
just
hurt.
surprisingly
guess
put my
mum?
mother.
It hurts a lot. Yeah, I put my mom. Sometimes my housemate, depending on what it is that's happening.
Yeah.
That was a
I
depressing
should probably
thing.
tell her that. I'm like, you are my emergency contact.
That
Have
was
your
a
phone
depressing
with you.
thing is like in the like Meredith and Golden Plain subscriber list or whatever, when I was changing my name and like gender on it, one of the things listed your emergency contact, and I had to like delete my girlfriend's name. Like,
Oh, rough.
Ugh.
Yeah, my emergency contact is the Sydney Open Mic Facebook group. If anything happens to me, just put a post in there. Someone will approve it.
I feel like 3 people that you don't know will like it, and
Yeah.
that's what will
And,
happen.
yeah.
That's
And
as far
and
as
then
it'll
someone
go.
will say any dropouts.
Yeah,
It'll go.
yeah. What time does it start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, Hastings died.
Second half.
Did we ever
please.
talk about that dude who turned up to the lounge and like tried to fight Rhys Jones because he wouldn't put him on? Oh no, because he wouldn't look at his video.
Yeah, no, we did
anybody
not.
was-
But that was because
wild.
he didn't want to put him on, and he was like,
Yeah.
Well, I think he misunderstood that he couldn't just get on, so he was like, look at my video, and he was like, I'm not watching your fucking video, and he like tried to fight him.
You know how before I said
Oh,
America
wow.
was fun?
Were you there that night?
no, I think that was the week after I was on.
Maybe.
I miss all the good ones. I'm like, damn it, I missed the gossip. What happened?
That was a good show.
You know how I said America was fucked and it's a sick and broken country and I hate it? It's like a country full of people with that attitude. It's like it's like 300 million guys going, look at my video, I'm going to be a star.
I'm going to be
Like,
so good.
Yeah, it's such a broken fucking country. I've been
Wow,
watching a
dude.
lot of like celebrity stuff like that. I'm just like, like it's such a
Oh,
horrible place.
Don't do it to
The
yourself,
only thing
Andrew.
worse than America is
deep.
England. I
Yeah,
hate
it's getting
England,
really
but I
deep.
hate-
Tell me what you think about Trump, dude.
Dude, I mean, maybe he'll fix it. It's so sick. Did you see the other day he tweeted he just tweeted, "Hey Tim," like the Apple guy, going, "This is good. Doing it. This is your podcast. This reflects badly on you." What do you?
You're the one talking. It's also your podcast.
Yeah, and I'm telling a great story about Trump's tweets. No, he did a thing going, "Hey Tim, the button on the iPhone is way better than the slide will ever be," and it's like, you're the president, dude.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That's sick. The
But he also
president's tweeting about-
retweeted himself.
Yeah, he
doing
did
that.
it
Yeah.
from one of his accounts and retweeted on his other account.
Yeah, that
So he's
rules.
like, the president's just doing tech reviews, I guess, on Twitter now. That's sick.
He's just like the new modern warfare. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, WWE 2K20, buggy as hell.
He probably would play that.
Sony are giving refunds on that. Like, it's
Oh,
like,
that's-
so buggy. It's like crazy. The developers blamed the developer who left. Like, everyone's throwing
Of
their
course,
hands up.
you always would do that.
Yeah.
It's like every movie with a reshoot. You'd be like, it's the fucking old guy.
They're doing that true, but yeah, it's
Got
so
it.
funny. It's like getting like mainstream news of how broken this video game is.
It's crazy that there were 5 fucking scary movies. Ultimately.
Yeah, speaking of broken
Yeah,
things they kept making.
Didn't
Yeah.
you say it started to get away from the Wayne's thing? It started to get
yeah,
more
from
Zuckery,
3.
just kind of silly.
Well, from 3, I think the Wayans weren't involved.
The the third one opens with an 8 Mile parody.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's great. Just
Because
to
what
like,
scary movies are they even parodying? I know in the
I know they
3
do
is like a bit of
Signs.
Signs.
In 2, I couldn't even work it out.
They do
Choose the
one.
Exorcist,
They do a big
right?
ring one.
Oh, yes.
and
Sorry,
haunted house
yes.
movies.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. Like
Yeah,
House
I
on
only knew
Haunted
the
Hill and all that
Exorcist
stuff.
bit, and then the rest of it,
Yeah.
I was like,
Because I think it was
don't
like
know.
around that point where like 13 Ghosts came out. And
Yeah.
House on Haunted.
Right, yeah.
I
Right.
think
Because like, a lot of the jokes in
Third
this
is
first
The
one
Ring.
you wouldn't get if you hadn't watched.
If you hadn't
the
watched them.
like
Yeah.
Scream. And
But the thing was,
Yeah, what you
I
did.
Very
thought
popular movies at the
Scream.
time,
I thought
yeah.
Scream was funny when I saw Scream.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there
I-
is some funny bits
yeah,
in
it's
Scream
quite-
because it's like a meta.
yeah.
Yeah, I made this
thing.
point on every episode of the Halloween thing, but it's like scary movie is inherently the concept doesn't work because it's a parody of a parody.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't make, but like they're making the exact same jokes as
Scream did them
and
better.
it way better and way
Way
cleverer and
better.
subtly. So it's literally just going like every joke they do is like, here's a thing. Like it's like, oh, like there's a fire now. Like and there's
Yeah.
no anything to it.
I wonder if that's why they also followed the plot of
I Know What You Did
last summer
Yeah.
because that
Yeah.
actually is shit and,
also, like,
easy to parody.
The parody elements of I Know What You Did With Us in Scary Movie are better than the parodies of Scream.
Yeah.
Scary
Yeah.
Movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer stuff's funnier. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, the third one I'm pretty sure is just about the ring, right?
No, the third one is Signs.
One
The
of
third
them,
one's Signs.
Well, they
one
did
of them
one
is
about the ring.
one of them is the ring. I think because
I
I
used to love
vaguely
that
remember
movie,
that.
like-
I did not. I got
Signs
scared.
So
I
scary.
I
love.
got scared.
That's
I don't
one of
normally
the-
like
That's one
scary
of my
movies.
favorites of all
I haven't
time
seen The
for
Ring
whatever
and I don't
reason.
want to. It seems
Mostly
too
because
scary.
Mel Gibson.
The scariest
Hang on,
part-
you really like Signs?
I love it.
I remember I saw that. I think during my HSC, my sister made me have a break. She was like, "We're
What a-
going to the movies," and we went and saw Signs.
What a really stressful
And I
movie
was
to
like,
go and
"Why
see.
would you take me to see this one? Take
Yeah.
me to see something funny."
That was not the attitude my family had towards me during the HSC.
That is one of the biggest laughs I've
It
ever
was
heard in a
Andrew-
cinema was during Signs and like one of the first glimpses you get of an alien and this dude who like it clearly had not like seen it coming just let out a really genuine like ah! Everyone erupted. It was
That
great.
is funny. The scariest part of the ring I thought was the bit in the ring where you see the video that they watch because it's just like a series of like just weird images essentially. But it's like pretty fucked. Like you see like a nail go through a finger and there's like
that's
hair
fucked.
getting pulled out and then teeth and stuff. Like,
No,
it's
thank
just like
you.
weird images. And
Yeah,
that's
no
way
good.
scarier than all the stuff the girl crawling out of the TV and shit.
No, thank you.
No,
No.
thank you.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting. I won't watch the.
At the end
Too scary.
of Scary Month, can I say I don't like scary movies.
Yeah.
No, neither.
I don't like being scared.
I
I
do like
neither.
scary
I don't like it.
movies.
My old housemate used to love it, and she would have to say, "Okay, I think it's time you let me watch a horror
Yeah.
movie." I was like, "Oh."
Because everybody
I have to
banged
sit
on
through
about
it.
how good Hereditary was, and so I've had it in my like Netflix list for ages.
Remove
but
it.
I need to. I just like. I feel like because so many people were just like, you have to watch this, but like I can't get the ideal circumstances. Like it needs to be a day like this. It's got to be like in the middle of the day. I've got to have had a good day the night before, like day before, and then like be going to hang with friends or something and have a good time.
Yeah.
So I can like.
You're
not
supposed to watch them
be
with
destroyed
people.
by this.
Is the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
You're supposed to watch them with
Really?
people.
You're gonna have a
Yeah.
sleepover.
That's absolutely how they're meant.
Well,
to
yeah,
be.
that's how I watched most scary
Yeah.
movies when I was a kid.
Like stuff like Get Out, great.
I'll get
But that,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but that's like more of like the parody-ish.
Well, I mean,
side
like I
of it.
like Scream. The rest of the 3 movies we watched are bad though. So like Hereditary is meant to be a good scary movie.
Well, having said that, like some of the scary movies that we watched for this aren't scary.
yeah, and they're
No.
bad.
Yeah,
The Shining's like in my top 5 movies. Like that's like
Yeah, The Shining's
and that's-
great.
The Shining's
Shining is-
fantastic.
But that movie's scary. It's very
Yeah.
scary, and it's like, but it's effective and.
But I feel like it's
like
more like
the scares like carry weight.
It's more
like it means-
it's not
psychological.
creepy.
Cool.
Do you wanna-
Yeah.
One of the scariest movies I've ever seen is Wake in Fright,
Oh,
which is
yeah, I
like-
haven't seen that. That
which
looks
has like
What is
terrifying.
that one?
it is really. It's
I've been
it's-
told I'd love it.
It's like this like English guy who is a teacher in the outback, and he is trying to like fly home or something, but he gets stuck in this town on the way, and like there's no supernatural
Australian
elements in it at all.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in the outback.
It's these psychos.
So like all the horror in it is like just real. It's really fucking
No.
scary,
Yeah,
but
I-
also a very very good movie.
yeah, yeah.
No.
All right, well, should we wrap this bitch up?
Yeah, let's go to the pub.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Before-
I'm gonna duck back home and get changed and hang out for a bit. I'll meet you at Everly. What time does Everly start? We'll talk about that.
7:30.
I was quite buoyed yesterday
like
by the
7.
fact that like sort of just before I came on stage, my little pre-show playlist went on to Cosmic Psycho's "Nice Day to Go to the Pub," and a few people were like, "Oh yeah."
Ah, that's cool. Yeah. All right. Do we plug anything now? I forgot. Everything's
Powerbomb.
over. Oh yeah, Powerbomb.
Powerbomb, probably
Well,
get
come-
it.
Just regular Powerbomb.
Yeah,
Yeah, come to the
forever.
regular Powerbomb show
Follow us
every
all.
Friday. Yeah, let's do the socials
Yeah, we
tags.
could do that.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Rose Alice Piper.
At Andrew Hastings on Twitter and Andrew.Hastings11 on Instagram. My Instagram, not really funny, mostly pictures of my cats. But Twitter, not funny either, but I am trying to do jokes.
Fucking idiot. What are you, Jamie Kirk Comedy on both?
I think so.
Yeah, you have different titles.
I have
right?
different ones because there's some weird Fiona Cox girl out there who keeps getting all the handles
all the good-
before me.
Yeah, yeah. What's your like Fiona Cox?
I
Fiona
can't
Cox
even-
and Mini Fifi. or
Yeah, I
something
can't
like
even get my middle initial in there. I'm like, who is this person? So yeah, on Twitter I'm _minifee and on Instagram I'm Fiona Cox _Fiona Cox.
I didn't know you had
There
Twitter.
you go.
Yeah, neither do I. So like, don't really.
You're not a frequent poster, are
I'm
you?
very dormant on most socials. I pop up every now and then.
But it's always good quality when
It's just
it's there.
classic
Oh,
my
yeah, you used
my
to-
age.
You,
I
you were
think.
one of the last people that was flying the flag for like Facebook statuses.
Well, yeah,
And I always enjoyed those.
Yeah, that's just because my age group. I've got more people on there. Like most of my friends don't have Instagram,
Yeah.
and none of them have Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter's kind of, you had it at the time or you don't have it.
Yeah,
No, I'm new to it.
Except
in
for- except that
2019,
you're
baby.
new.
Yeah.
I've had it for.
You're good at it, Jamie.
I've
You're
had it
good.
for a while because my old housemate made me join.
So your old housemate
And then-
sounds like kind of a cunt.
No, my old.
Get on Twitter and
I've lived with great people. I've been spoiled. I'm waiting for a really, really bad one.
I have too. Also, have we mentioned this on the pod yet? Is our girl Sam, who was on mic before, is leaving us.
Oh no.
We've only got about 6 more weeks of Sam cooking in the kitchen while we record episodes.
Who's replacing?
Me.
We don't
Rose
know
doesn't
yet.
know yet.
We haven't
Oh,
put.
wow.
Somebody asked me that last night. Like, do you and Hastings still live together? I'm like, no, we never did.
I was about to say,
I would
did you
never
ever
allow
live
that
together?
to happen.
They think you're Rooney. They think I'm you. You're the Rooney in that
I don't know
confusion.
how this makes. Yeah, that
Can we
doesn't make
kick
any
him
sense.
off the podcast permanently after that comment?
He just
Hey, huh?
no. she's Rooney and I'm.
I don't understand where
Gross.
you're going with this, so let's end the podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah, it's done. This is the last.
Please, that'd be please.
It would really free up our Sundays.
It would really make
We could go to the Glengarry an hour
We
earlier.
could have been there. We could be so drunk before Everly starts instead
It's
of
so
just
okay to
pretty
be
drunk.
hungover and coming down from drugs on a Sunday, and this pod just makes me look and feel bad about it.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, sure. Fee, we end every show by saying to the next ep. So we'll go around the horn.
To the next ep.
To the next step.
To the next step.
It's a cum ad. A big cum ad.
5 comes, thanks.